Guys, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Thank you for checking out today's video, as always. And let's get right into it. Today we'll be looking at the boiling point. It is a unique flamer that you get from the raid. You can either get the weapon or the plan from the raids. I forgot which one. I think the last one, like the snake one, is where you can get it when you kill the snake. But it's a unique flamer that has furious, bash damage, and reload speed, and it has the 4-star with burning, where it's pyromaniac, I think it's called, where it just does more damage when the enemy's on fire, which of course it deals flame damage, so they should always catch on fire, so you should always deal 50% more damage. And you also get 25 poison resistance when you have it on, so you just take 25 less poison damage when you have it on, but it does have 5 less durability, but that's not too much of an hassle. But I have the napalm tank on, the long barrel, the huge propellant tank, and the vaporization nozzle. I will say with the vaporization nozzle, it does lower your range, and this thing just does have less range than the Holy Fire. So the difference between this and the Holy Fire is definitely the range. The Holy Fire has around double the range, but I think it just does a little more damage than the Holy Fire, but we'll find out. But yeah, I'm just using vaporization nozzle. If you want more range, you can just use the regular nozzle or just the default nozzle, but this just gives you a little more extra damage, and I don't mind being too close up to with enemies. The only thing you can't really kill with this thing is like Scorch Beasts, because they fly too high unless they land. That's the only way you'll be able to hit them. So that sucks that you can't even fight Scorch Beast with this weapon because they fly too high. The special I'm rocking is 5 strength, 15 perception, 5 endurance, 3 charisma, 4 intelligence, 11 agility, and 13 on luck. The legendary perk cards I have are maxed out strength, 3 out of 4 agility, maxed out intelligence, maxed out endurance, maxed out taking one for the team, and 3 out of 4 for follow through. You don't need follow through if you. I only use this because when I do raids for the Guardian, but you can change this out with anything you want. I would probably suggest either another perk card, like another legendary special, or electrical absorption. But I'm just gonna keep this on because I don't want to use perk coins to take it off. And then the perks I'm using is Easy Target, Bullet Storm, Lock and Load, and Arms Keeper. I'm not using bringing one for the big guns, bringing the big guns, because this gun only has 100, 200 in its magazine, so you can't really get above. It's hard to get above 10 stacks of Bullet Storm, so there's no point using this. And you can cripple things with this weapon, so I'm gonna use crippling perk cards. For perception, I'm using Number Cruncher because it does have pretty high AP cost. Tormentor just for more damage. Tank Killer for more armor penetration. Cinemasochist if you can't hit the head, you can hit the body. Concentrated Fire because I will use VATS sometimes as a weapon. Awareness for VATS. Life Giver. Bullet Shield for more deflection chance. Fireproof for more tank survivability. Search Genes. In Charisma I have Strange in Numbers and Tenderizer. Intelligence I have Power User because I use power armor a lot, and that, so it helps with my cores. Pyrotechnician because this is a fire damage weapon, so it does increase the damage. Bags are included for the fuel. Good Assault just have a bunch of food and stuff on me. Agility I have Gunslinger for more weak spot damage. Gunslinger Expert for more weak spot damage. Guerrilla Master for more damage up close. Gun Foof, when I do use VATS, it helps a little bit. Adrenaline for more damage, and Gorilla because more damage to close enemies, and you have to use this weapon close. So with these two weapons, these two cards, you just get more damage because you have to be up close, so there's no point. It's just free damage. For luck, I'm using Grim Sprint, Better Crits, One Gun Army, Ricochet, Class Freak, and Junk Shield. For the armor, I'm using a full set of Vulcan armor. They all have, I think except for one, yeah. They all have Troubleshooters 2 luck with 4. I have through hackers for 4 of them, and then for this one I have weapons reduce weight, and then most of them have Aegis on them, just a little more tankiness. And then this one has rejuvenated, just because I have it. Doesn't really help me anything, it just helps me with AP and health regeneration. But they all have luck and troubleshooters on them, because this is what I use for just my daily running power armor, because the power armor is already tanky, and the only thing that really does damage is robots, so it just helps with that. And then for my head, I have internal database for the extra 2 intelligence, which helps with my damage. And then for my mutations, I have a general reaction for more damage, bird bones for just more agility and fall speed, eagle eyes for more crit damage and perception, egghead for more intelligence, which helps indirectly with the damage, herbivore for because I eat vegetables, herd mentality just for 3 in all special, marsupial for the jump height and carry weight, scaly skin for the resistance, speed demon for the movement speed, reload speed. And yeah, that's all. I'm getting almost 1,000 on energy and physical with this armor, with all the stuff I have on. And for the junk, if you guys didn't know, with junk shield, if you have junk shield on, it increases your resistance based on the luck on the amount of junk you hold. And if you just have on 200 volt steel scrap, it caps it out, and it's an easy way to always have the max amount of junk shield on, and it only weighs 10 pounds for me, so 200 volt steel. I'll just lock it so you can't put it in your stash or something like that, so you can always keep it on you. It's 10 pounds, but you do get a decent amount. Like for this one, let's see here, I have 958 and 999. Take it off, I lose almost about 150-ish resistance, so it just helps with extra tankiness. You don't have to, because this is plenty enough. Nothing, it's overkill with this amount of resistance, and any more you're just going to get diminishing returns. So even now it's a little high, but you know, I like seeing big numbers, so nothing wrong with it. To test it out against some super mutants. Like I said, this thing has like really bad range, so you have to be like right up close with them to even hit them. And you can't really aim, because when you aim it, you can't see anything at all when you aim. So you just basically use a hip fire. You can use VATS if you want to. It does a lot of damage with your VATS. You don't have to though. You can just hit the body, and you do more than enough damage with just body shots. This weapon it's good. It's just you have to be really up close with them, and most people don't like that. They like the range of the Holy Fire, which it definitely does have more range. But I do believe that this weapon does do more damage, at least in my testing. Again, I could be testing it wrong, but in my testing, it does do more damage than the Holy Fire. So that's why I wouldn't recommend it for like. You can use whatever you want, because they both do really good damage. But I know this weapon this weapon can be harder to get than the Holy Fire. So I can't open this door because it's. Can you let me open that door? Thank you. Let's see. Even just using this weapon, you have 9 Bolt Storm. With just starting from 0, so you can get to 10. It's just it's hard to get. Let me not reload. It's hard to get past 10. You can. It's just I don't think it's worth it. I just use just the 10. Full Storm. It's plenty. And another downside of this weapon is you cannot change the perks, like the effects on this weapon, so you gotta be stuck with the ones it has on it. But Furious is one of the best effects in the game, so it has that on it. The bash damage, you don't really use bashing. I can test it out, but it's just not really. So you don't really do that much. damage. But so bash damage isn't bad, but you do get the extra reload speed. I think it's on it, right? Yeah, extra reload speed. So reload speed's nice, but the bash damage is definitely not useful or wanted on this weapon. But can't change it, so you just gotta deal with it, unfortunately. At least with the Holy Fire, another thing for Holy Fire, you can change the perks on it. So you can use whatever you want. It comes with vampires. Comes with vampires, weapon speed, and durability on default. I switched mine to Furious to try to compare it with this weapon because in power armor you don't really take too much damage that a stim pack can't heal. So I don't really see a use in vampires unless you just try not to use stim packs. So I don't use vampires on the Holy Fire. But yeah, this weapon is not an issue at all for super mutants or the hounds. Yeah, not an issue at all. I'm saying I like this. This weapon does do. I think it does do more damage than Holy Fire. It's just I think the downside is just the how you get it, and you can't change the effects and the range. Which a lot of people for the range is the biggest deal because the flamer already has short range to begin with, and you already cutting the regular range from in half already is not fun. So I don't really see anyone using the weapon because of that one single fact is the range. Okay, here we are tested against a behemoth, and like I said, it does have 14 AP costs, but it fires so fast that it usually just drains your AP, and you can't really keep up with it with canned coffee. So you can use canned coffee, but it's just you use so much of it that it AP drains even with you trying to compensate for that. But yeah, no problem at all. Hit a few 1000 damages in there. Really good weapon. Yeah, we can try testing out against some Snallygassers. But yeah, like I said, it's just this weapon. Another downside I thought of it is that you can't drop it, so you can't trade it with other people. So only you can get it. So you'll have to go out there and get it, which is again pretty hard for newer people or even like mid-game people because you have to defeat the snake, and then you have to be lucky enough to get it. But so yeah. I will say, just for availability sakes, the Holy Fire is better because it's just way easier to get. But I think it does do more damage. If you weren't trying to min-max, I think it does do a little more damage. And, I mean, if you don't care about the range, it's definitely not a problem at all. But yeah, definitely tell me what you guys prefer. If you guys prefer the Holy Fire or the Bowling Point, I would love to know you guys' opinion. I'm kind of in mix between these weapons because, you know, one side this does do more damage with the range, but then, you know, this is just way easier to get, and you get a blue flame. The blue flame is cool too for a lot of people. But yeah, it's just weird that this also does more damage over time than the Bowling Point, but this one just does do more direct damage. So I do want to test this with the Pyromaniac mod on it. If you guys want to see that, I can definitely do that. Test. I can't do like the same exact. I could do the same exact effects for both, but I don't think weapon speed and bash damage. I think the only thing that really matters would be the Pyromaniacs and the Furious effect. But if you guys definitely want to see that, I can definitely try to get a Pyromaniacs on this Holy Fire and try to see if it can compete with this, or like if weak point damage would be better for this, or polish, something like that. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, I can definitely test these two weapons against each other and see which is better. Here we are tested against a Scorch Beast. Again, the hardest part about this is trying to get the Scorch Beast to land because sometimes they just don't want to land. So I might have to cut around this until they land. Yeah, against Scorch is pretty good. I mean, against general mobs, this weapon is just pretty good. Flamer, it's a flamer. Flamers do pretty good damage. And another good thing about this weapon is it is a spin-up weapon. So, oh, and it landed. Okay, cool. It is a legendary, so more damage, more health, I mean, but hitting thousands for the head, 1,500, yeah, that was really good. I mean, I know you can get those numbers, close to those numbers, at least from mod testing, close to those numbers with the Holy Fire, but I definitely do just get more damage with the Boiling Point than the Holy Fire, and I use the same exact build, for both. The only thing, the difference is that one has the Pyromaniacs and the one doesn't. So if they both had Pyromaniacs on it, it probably would be pretty similar. But I just don't have a Pyromaniacs mod, and I haven't found one because most people just scrap them. Most people don't sell them. They just scrap them. And when I did get them in the past, I've just scrapped them too because I just don't use flaming weapons. I mean, there's only a few in the game. This is the Cosmic Knife and the Flamers. So that's about the only... You can get, like, the flamings on, like, some of the energy weapons, but most of the time they don't use them either. So the only weapons that really utilize the fire damage is just the Flamers and some few melee weapons. So I just haven't kept those mods. But yeah, I will definitely try to get a Pyromaniacs mod for their Holy Fire and test these weapons head to head and see which is better, because the way at the moment right now, just stock, is the Boiling Point does do more damage, just have less the range. That's it for today's video. Just a quick video testing out the Boiling Point. Like I said, if you guys want to see these weapons come, the Holy Fire and the Boiling Point testing video, I definitely can do that. I just gotta get a Pyromaniacs mod first. But yeah, it shouldn't be too much. Hopefully, it shouldn't be too much of an issue to get it. I can definitely make a video testing those two weapons, but just by default, it looks like the Boiling Point does do a little more damage than Holy Fire, just half the range. So I don't know if I would personally choose this over the Holy Fire, but it's definitely a good alternative. I mean, if you are unlucky enough to have this weapon and not the Holy Fire, I mean, I would doubt it's still a viable weapon, and they're both cool, unique weapons when it comes to like just the looks of them. So and you can't change this way this weapon looks, so you're stuck with the skin it has. I think the Holy Fire you can change. I want to say you can. You might not be able to. I haven't looked into the how you can mod the Holy Fire, so I haven't looked on it in quite a bit, so I just don't know if you can change it or not. But I know for this weapon you cannot change how it looks, so you're stuck with the way it looks, which I don't think it looks too bad. I mean, it's a snake. I wish it had like green vapor. That'd be pretty cool instead of the regular flame orange. I think it would be cool if it had like the green one like the snake did. But yeah, it's not a bad weapon. It's pretty good. I mean, the only weakness is the range. It has really poor range, but what can you do? You can increase it as much as you can with like the barrel and stuff like that, but even then it's still not as far as the Holy Fire. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Like and subscribe if you guys liked the video. It'd help me out tremendously. Thank you guys for all your support and all your comments, likes, and stuff like that. It means so much to me. It really does. But yeah, if you guys have any video suggestions, let me know. I read all the comments, and I can definitely try to test them if you guys want me to. But yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.